about fishery schemes in India. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. And thank you all for giving me such an opportunity to talk to you. You are a big gathering encompassing almost all the states in the country and abroad as well. So I have spoken to you, I think, 2 or 3 times earlier. And really, I enjoyed the opportunities both the times. So this time I am given with a topic of actually fishery schemes in India. So as you know, the fishery sector, not only in India, but across the world, has been a key point of interest and key point of attention to the entire world. Why? Because the global population is actually increasing day by day. And we have to produce more and more food for the growing population. So you must be knowing the most important food production sectors are agriculture and animal husbandry and fisheries. So if you take the example of agriculture and animal husbandry, both the sectors are showing certain of uncertainties and issues in many places. So that's why fisheries is getting more and more importance nowadays on a global basis. So fisheries actually encompass 2 areas. One is actually capture fisheries sector. Second is the aquaculture sector. So capture fisheries sector is nothing but we are actually catching fishes or capturing fishes from oceans and seas and other very big public water bodies, including lakes, rivers, backwaters, reservoirs, etc. While the aquaculture means you are actually cultivating fishes in confined environment. So if you are actually producing the young ones, we call it as seeds. We are producing young ones and putting in confined environment, then giving them proper food and giving them proper water quality. Then we can harvest after a certain point of time. So this is what is called aquaculture. So compared to capture fisheries, aquaculture is considered as a sunrise sector just because of the fact that from 1957 onwards up to today, every day the sector is increasing. The productivity, the total production is increasing. So that's why aquaculture has been designated as the sunrise sector. So everybody sees this sector as the potential source of food, potential source of employment, potential source of livelihood opportunities for the common man. So today we will be speaking on the various schemes mooted by the government of India for the fisheries community. So, like I told you, one already the sector is important. Then one more aspect is there, which has been there only for the last 10 or 15 years, because fish is considered as a health food by the global health community. Why? Because earlier in 1950s, 60s and 70s, we thought that protein is the most important and most significant component in the in the life of an individual. But nowadays we know that not only protein, but other micronutrients are also very important for the success of life. So all types of micronutrients, including essential amino acids, essential fatty acids, vitamins, and more importantly, minerals are so important in the life of an animal. So just mere protein, what do you say, supply will not help to have a healthy life and healthy mind, but it also like depends on the availability of various micronutrients in the food stuff. So if you consider like fish as a food, it is one of the most healthy foods available in the world now. So that's why everybody is interested in fish. Then there are some vegetarians in our country, right? Because if you take the total fish consumption per capita fish consumption of the country, it is very low compared to the global average. On a global basis, the annual fish consumption per capita fish consumption is almost 20.8 kg, while in India it is only less than 10 kg. So why it is, it is because of the presence of too many vegetarians in our country, and also the unavailability of the very good fishery products in certain interior areas of the country. So that is why now the government is putting so much pressure to increase the fish consumption of the people. Why fish consumption is important? Because it is a healthy food.
Dr. Dinesh,
what will happen is, yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Your slides are not changing.
No, slides are not changing. I will change now.
You're on the first slide.
Just this is introduction only.
Okay.
So that is why we very much interested to enhance our fish consumption in the country. So how to increase the fish consumption? We have to educate people that fish is a healthy food. Then even for the non-fish eaters, the fishy products can be given in some other form, maybe as cookies, maybe as cutlets, or maybe as certain types of powders, like nutraceuticals. So all these possibilities are there. That's why, so I told you, fishery area will give you more livelihood opportunities. Fishery area will address the protein security and also the nutritional security, and also it will help you to have more opportunity. So that's why our government, not only our government, governments across the world are giving too much trust to fishery schemes around the world. Audible? Hello?
Yes, now you're audible. You got it disconnected for a second. Please share the screen once again.
Sorry for that. Okay. Can you see? Can you see the slide now?
No, not it.
Okay, it will come now. Can you see?
It's showing as you are trying to share the screen. Has started sharing the screen. Yeah, now I can see.
Yeah. So today in this evening, I would like to discuss with you the most important programs available in our country for enhancing the fish production and the fisheries science as a whole. So first point, because we have been actually dealing with many projects.
Dr. Dinesh, I think you better connect from your mobile instead of system laptop.
Is it?
But you won't. You should be able to share the screen as well. Yeah, now it's showing as you have started screen sharing. Now it started. You can move the slides.
Okay. So I will actually discuss with you. So as I told you, so the fisheries is a state subject. We have actually operated by or run by different governments, state governments, and the governments of union territories. But after that, so the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana is it's a new initiative which was started almost 2 3 years ago with a lot of actually very interesting programs in the country. So what is the major vision? So you will see the ecologically healthy, economically viable and socially inclusive fisheries sector is aimed with this very prestigious project actually motivated by the government. So it is actually aiming the overall welfare of the community, that into the stakeholder community, for a sustainable development. And this project aims at the nutritional security. So there is difference between food security and nutrition security. Food security is just you have to have the sufficient quantity of food for your to meet your appetite. But the nutritional security is all about you are getting the proper nutrients in way of vitamins and minerals, and in that way. So it is very important. So this project actually addresses all these issues, and it also addresses the gaps, critical gaps in between the fish production and fish activity. So the total production of the country is almost actually falling to the tune of 14.7 million metric tons for the time being. So out of this, more than 10 million metric tons is actually produced from aquaculture, and almost 4 million metric tons is actually coming from the capture fisheries side. So means government is actually aiming at least twofold of increase in aquaculture production within a span of 6 to 10 years. So that's why government is giving too much thrust on various schemes under this PMMSY. So it is an umbrella scheme, contains actually two sections. One is actually central sector scheme, and next is actually centrally sponsored schemes. So you have a central sector scheme and centrally sponsored scheme. The total estimated cost for the project is actually 20,050 crores of Indian rupees. So out of this, the central share will constitute 9,407 crores, while state share is the 4,880 crores. So almost 5,760 crores will be the beneficiary contribution. So, okay, for the central scheme, the funding pattern is actually borne by the central government. That is 100% funded by the central government. So the central sector scheme is, if it is actually we are successful for getting such a scheme, so nor the state government nor the beneficiaries have to put any money on that. So it is called actually central sector scheme. So whenever there is actually direct beneficiary oriented programs are there, so there is actually possibility to align with National Fisheries Development Board, headquartered in Hyderabad. As you know, the NFDB is the major actually funding agency nowadays motivated by the government to assist the fisheries and farming community. So for the general category, we will give a 40% subsidy, while 60% subsidy will be given to SC, ST and women categories. So, and now comes the centrally sponsored scheme. So for the non-fishery oriented sub-components activities under the centrally sponsored scheme, the component to be given states or union territories. The entire cost will be shared between center and state as likewise, because northeastern and Himalayan states will get 90% central share, and only 10% has to be contributed by the union territories or northeastern states. But in the case of other states, like central will contribute 60% and the 40% has to be contributed by the state. So this is all about the normal states. So if it's a union territory, okay, union territory, just take the example of Lakshadweep or Andaman and Nicobar. So with legislature and without legislature, whatever, so they get 100% central share. They need not put any money from their own resources. So that is in this way only the centrally sponsored schemes are actually formulated. For the beneficiary-oriented program, so if an individual beneficiary is there, okay, so suppose a society is taking up a program, or an individual is taking up a program, or a small company is actually taking up a program. So the assistance will be actually restricted to 40% if the beneficiaries are of normal category, while up to 60% actually will be given as subsidy for the SC, ST and women categories. So for the other projects, the government financial assistance will in turn be shared between central and state units in the following ratio. That is actually the northeastern and Himalayan states will get 90% central assistance, and other states will get 60% central assistance. So the balance money has to be generated by the respective state governments. But in the case of the northeastern states and Himalayas, even 90% is provided, while other states only 60% is provided by the central government. So in the case of union government, as I told you, like in the other case, so here also they get the 100% assistance. So what are the major implementations? So the major implementations will be and its entities, including National Fisheries Development Board. I told you, the National Fisheries Development Board (NFDB) in Hyderabad, that is the most significant organization as of now. So they deal with thousands and thousands of crores of rupees on an annual basis for supporting the farmers and the fishers. So, yet another organizations which are responsible to implement these programs are state and UT governments and their entities. Then state fisheries development boards can be a part, or else any other end implementing agencies as decided by the Department of Fisheries. So, you know, everywhere in all the states, we have a Department of Fisheries. So they will be, okay, we, organization should have the project from our end. So the intended beneficiaries under the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana are actually fishers, means those who are capturing the fish, or else the fish farmers who are actually farming, the aquaculturists, or else the fish workers and fish vendors. Even though they will collect the fish from one selling in another place after actually like transporting the fish. Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Okay. And the fisheries development corporations and self-help groups or joint liability groups, then the fisheries cooperatives, then the fisheries federations, then owners, or even
Please move
private
to relevant slide. Please move to relevant slide. It's showing
now the beneficiaries. Now the slide is on beneficiaries.
It's for me. It's yeah. Now it has changed. Implementing agencies.
No. Next is now I'm seeing beneficiaries.
No, still not changed. Implementing agencies is coming. Yeah, now beneficiaries has come.
Now I have already told the fishermen, fish farmers, then fish workers. So I have listed almost these things earlier. Then the fish farmers, actually producer organizations or companies. Then the SCS or women or differently able persons. Then the state governments and their entities of different sorts. Then state government and its all sorts of entities. So a number of beneficiaries can be there, who can be brought under this umbrella. Then comes the certain very interesting schemes. Sector scheme, sub-components, activities, 100% central funding. So these are the some very interesting areas in which there is 100% central funding is there. One is programs, trading centers. So the fishes which we are as of now may not be of that quality. Their growth may not be satisfactory, or their culture is not satisfactory. All these sorts of issues be there for our fishes. For example, in Kerala, our signature is commonly called as spot, which is a very high, very good delicacy in our state. The growth rate of affordable. Excuse me, am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So the case of actually, Atropolis oratensis, that growth rate is not very satisfactory. It takes more time to reach marketable size. So that's why in our university is taking up a program to improve its actually genetic traits of growth, etc. So that can be a 100% assisted program. Innovation activities. So this can be technology demonstration, including startups, incubators, so that can be fully assisted by the central government. Then training, awareness, exposure, and capacity building programs, full 100% assistance. Then aquatic quarantine facilities. One species called actually Penis vanami is the most cultivated species of shrimp in the country as of now. We produce more than 7 lakh tons of Penis vanami as of now in our country. So that is a species which is brought from Americas. So while we are bringing a species from outside, and okay, 7 lakh tons production, you can imagine how much money will be generating from that area, because 1 kg of shrimp will definitely cost more than 400 to 500 rupees per kg. So 500 rupees into 7 lakhs. So you can imagine the quantity of money it is bringing. So, but since it is an exotic species or brought from outside, so naturally you have to have quarantine facilities. So you have to see that the shrimp is brought and it is under quarantine and there is no contamination and it is not bringing any parasites or pathogens to our country. So that's why aquatic quarantine facilities are very important. So for which you will get 100% assistance. Then modernization of fishing harbors. So that will also get 100% assistance. But that should be just interesting to the entire community. Then support to National Fisheries Development Board, I told you. Then fisheries institutions and regulatory authorities of Department of Fisheries and Government of India, and need-based assistance to state fisheries development boards. So all these things are 100% covered. Then what else is actually support and many lessons for fisheries institutions, including by DST Sindhuraj owned by the Department of Fisheries and Government of India. Then disease surveillance network. So at least 30% to 40% of stock loss is there due to different sorts of diseases and because of the presence of pathogens. So for disease monitoring and surveillance network, they give 100% assistance. Then fish data collection and fisheries survey and strengthening of fish database. So that is also fully assisted. Then support to security agencies to ensure safety and security of marine fishermen at sea. So they are actually very important to the country because they are actually the stakeholders. So that is also covered. Then fish farmers, producer organizations, companies. So this one is covered. Then certification, accreditation, traceability, and labeling covered. Then administrative expenses for implementation of PMSY, that is covered. So this is the activities. This will be interesting to the listeners because how in a beneficial system PMS actually work. So as I told you earlier, general communities or general people will get 40% subsidy. SC, ST and women categories will get 60% subsidy. So nowadays, what is the trend, you know? So some person will be starting venture. Then he will start in the name of his wife or in the name of his mother, so that they get 60. Instead of 40%, they get 60% assistance from the government. Inland fisheries and aquaculture is the key area for so for individually, so for establishing a new freshwater finfish hatchery, they will get rupees 20 lakhs rupees for the project cost. Out of which, if it is for like is an ordinary person, he will get 40% assistance. If he is SC, ST or women, she will get actually 60%. So establishment of new freshwater scampi hatcheries, you will get 50 lakhs rupees. So as I told you, the freshwater scampi means it is called giant freshwater prawn with very long legs, etc. I don't know how many of you have seen that shrimp species. The body is very small, head is too large, and it will look like a lobster-like appearance. In certain five-star hotel, this freshwater scampi is marketed or sold as the lobster. So that's why. But unfortunately, the industry has got declined due to a white mussel disease problem caused by a viral pathogen. So that's why earlier it was a like great species. Nowadays got declined. So there is a wish from the government to see that more hatcheries are started. That's why 50 lakhs rupees is given as the project cost. Then comes the construction of new rearing ponds. Rearing means you are actually, the young ones are reared for some time and then stocked in the grow-out ponds. So for such ponds, constructing such ponds, 7 lakhs rupees can be like the project cost. Then construction of new grow-out ponds, you will get 7 lakhs as the project cost. Then inputs for freshwater aquaculture, including composite fish culture, then scampi culture, the freshwater prawn culture. Then for fungaceous culture or for tilapia culture, you will get 4 lakhs rupees. So what do you mean by composite fish culture? Composite fish culture is nothing but you are incorporating more number of taxonomically similar species in the system. So if you are doing carp culture, you are incorporating katla, you are incorporating rohu, then you are incorporating mrigal, then grass carp, silver carp, common carp, all sorts of carp you are incorporating. So that is what is called a composite fish culture. If you have a project for that, easily you will get 4 lakhs rupees as the project cost. Then the establishment of need-based new brackish water hatcheries, for example, for shrimp hatcheries or for finfish like Mugilcephalus or the pearl spot or the chanos or called milkfish. So all these gray mullet, this milkfish, then Asian sea bass, Latus calcarifera is the scientific name of Asian sea bass. So for establishing these brackish water hatcheries, both shellfish and finfish, you will get 50 lakhs rupees as the project cost. Then for the freshwater aquaculture, you will double the money than the freshwater because 8 lakhs rupees you will get. What is the difference between freshwater and brackish water? Brackish water is saline and the brackish water fishes are more expensive than freshwater fishes. And the shrimps are more expensive than the freshwater fishes. So that's why for starting such a project, you need more money. That's why more money is actually like earmarked for that. Then construction of new ponds for saline and alkaline areas, you will get rupees 8 lakhs. Then inputs for brackish water aquaculture, you easily get 6 lakhs rupees as the project cost. Then inputs for saline and alkaline water aquaculture, you will get 6 lakhs rupees. Then construction of biofloc ponds for brackish water, saline alkaline areas, including inputs of rupees 8 lakhs per hectare, you will get a total of rupees 18 lakhs rupees. So only thing is that you have to like start a biofloc farming system. What do you mean by a biofloc? Biofloc is nothing but the biologically active particles actually produced in the water, and they will be always under suspension through vigorous aeration. So you are applying certain type of carbon sources to the system, agri or sugar or power or water. This you are actually producing the microparticles with the size of 20 micron to 200 micron size, and these particles will be having more than 1,500 individual bacteria and other microbes. So this particles will be acting as a major food item for the cultivated animals. And that's why the feed cost is reduced, because as you know, 60 to 70% of the total aquaculture cost is actually covered or constituted by the feed itself, feed alone. So that's why by supplying or providing this kind of particles, that will reduce the feed cost. And secondly, all these particles are biologically active with too much bacteria and other life food organisms, including algae. So because of that, will act as a water condition. So these particles have the capacity to maintain your water quality without any problem. But the only thing is that you have to keep this biofloc always under suspension. If the air is stopped and if the particles are getting settled at the bottom, so within no time, all the microbes will die, and within no time, the decay will start, and the water quality will be deteriorated within no time. So that's why this is a highly sensitive system, but it can give you a total project cost of rupees 18 lakhs. Then construction of biofloc ponds for freshwater areas, including input cost of 4 lakhs, you get the total amount of rupees 14 lakhs. Then stocking of fingerlings in reservoirs. For you can stock up to 1,000 fingerlings per hectare. So you get 3 lakhs rupees for 1 lakh fingerlings. That is with because assuming that rupees 3 has to be spent for a fingerling. Then stocking of fingerlings in wetlands. So again, at the same rate, you will be able to get the seaweed cultivation. So far we have actually discussed about the general projects in freshwater, but at the same time, agriculture of the country is still in infancy, because you have more than 8,150 kilometers of coastal coastal length. So you have 2.02 million square kilometer of EEZ, exclusive economic zone. So all these areas can be very well utilized for mariculture. So you are actually culturing fish in a cage-like environment and keeping those cages in the sea, and you are actually feeding them properly and harvesting back. So unlike in our country, everywhere in the world, the mariculture is so popular, but unfortunately, our waters are not very much congenial for the mariculture operations, because of the heavy river inflows in most of the places, and also most so that's why mariculture is still in infancy. But so in, as you know, under the blue economy projects and all, the government is giving thrust. So that's why for establishing small marine finfish hatcheries, they will give you on total 50 lakhs rupees. Then construction of large marine finfish hatcheries, they will even give you 2.5 crores of rupees. Then marine finfish nurseries, they will give you 50 lakhs rupees. Establishment of open sea cages, they will give you, total 5 lakhs rupees per unit. Then establishment of actually seaweed culture rafts, including inputs per raft, you will get 15,000 rupees. Then for establishment of actually like seaweed culture with monoline and tube net method, you will get 8 lakhs rupees. So, 8,000 rupees. Then for bivalve cultivation, you get 20,000 rupees. So all these things are there. Then development of fisheries in northeastern states. As you know, most of the northeastern states are actually considered as backward states, and even the Himalayan states are considered so. So for establishing trout fisheries hatchery, trout is a cold water fish available in these upstream areas of Himalayas and all. So it is widely cultured over there, and the total the cost for per kg trout is more than 1,500 rupees. So for establishing trout fish hatcheries, they give 50 lakhs rupees. So these trouts are actually basically European species which got introduced to India in 200 plus years ago for sport fisheries, sport fishing, angling fisheries. So for the enjoyment of the English people. So that's why those species got established in our country after this introduction, and even in Kerala it is there. In Tamil Nadu, Ooty area, that species is available. And for the establishment of trout hatchery, they give 50 lakhs rupees. Construction of raceways, they give 3 lakhs rupees. For inputs for trout rearing units, they give 2.5 lakhs rupees. Construction of new ponds, they give 8.4 lakhs rupees. Then establishment of medium RAS, means recirculating aquaculture systems for cold water fishes, they give even 20 lakhs rupees. So if someone is there in the northeastern region, they have very good opportunity for establishing these things. Then comes the establishment of large RAS for cold water fisheries. You get rupees 50 lakhs if you are intending a production of 10 tons per crop. Then for the input support of integrated fish farming sector. So you suppose you take the example of paddy cum fish culture, or you are integrating the aquaculture with duck, or with poultry, or with pigs, or with cattle, or whatever. So you get an assistance of rupees 1 lakh without any problem. Then establishment of cages in cold water region, you get rupees 5 lakhs for the project cost. Then comes the very, very important area of ornamental and recreational fisheries. So as you know, the aquarium fish keeping is the second most popular hobby in the world, just after photography. So many people, millions of people are actually keeping aquaria at their home to have enjoyment or to have recreation. So this ornamental fish keeping, and not only ornamental fish keeping, even the pet keeping is considered as a beautiful avocation to have a mental stability, because all your undesirable hormones are actually, the production is stopped, and all the desirable hormones are serotonin and different sorts of pheromones, and all these things are actually all happy hormones, will be produced extensively or profusely if you are actually involved in this kind of pet keeping. So that's why government is giving too much thrust for improving the ornamental fisheries and recreational fisheries. So backyard ornamental fish culture unit, both marine and brackish water, they can get an assistance of rupees 3 lakhs easily. Then if it is a medium scale ornamental fishery unit, both they can get 8 lakhs rupees. And if you are intending an integrated ornamental, so breeding, you have rare fishes, So you will get rupees 25 lakhs. So, and if the integrated ornamental fish unit, both breeding, rearing for marine fish, you will get rupees 30 lakhs. And establishment of freshwater ornamental fish brood bank, you will get 1 crore rupees. Okay, if you are establishing a brood bank, you will get 1 crore rupees. Then promotion of recreational fisheries, you easily get 50 lakhs rupees. So wherever recreational fisheries is nothing but no, you are permitting someone to angle in your environment or else whatever leased out area, then you are promoting, for which you will get 50 lakhs. Then comes the technology infusion and adaptation part. So establishment of large RAS, that is recirculating aquaculture systems with 8 tanks of minimum 90 cubic meter capacity. So, or bioflock, you will get 50 lakhs assistance. Then establishment of a medium RAS system, you will get 25 lakhs rupees. Then for establishment of a small RAS system, you will get 7.5 lakhs rupees easily. For a backyard mini RAS system, you will get 50,000 rupees. Then installation of cages in this OIS, you get 3 lakhs rupees. For pen culture and cage culture, the difference between pen culture and cage culture, entire all the sides are closed by net. While in pen culture, only the side portions are like closed by the net, but the bottom will be the natural bottom of the reservoir or the backwaters. So that is what is called pen. So that is also a very good practice of farming fishes, because you get here also, like we get very good actually funding. So post harvest and is very important in our country, because while the fishes are caught, they can get huge quantities, but at the same, or they may not have proper transportation facilities, then within no time fish becomes a waste. Many days, then only the fishes can be kept as a very good product, for which continuous icing is required. So which like you can actually like have construction of cold storage and ice. You get like assistance up to 150 lakhs rupees. So 40 lakhs to 1.5 crores rupees you will get according to the size of the project. The modernization of cold storage or ice plant, you will get 50 lakhs rupees. Then for refrigerated vehicles, you will get 25 lakhs rupees per piece. Then for fish feed mills, you get 30 lakhs rupees to even 6.5 crores of rupees.
Dr. Dinesh? Hello, Dr. Dinesh, can you hear me? Hello, Dr. Dinesh?
Yes, I'm stopping now. 1 second. So infrastructure and post-harvest management, facilities and feed mills, you can have even 6.5 crores rupees. Then means the market infrastructure. So you have or more fish value add enterprises. So you may up to 1 crore rupees, 10 lakhs to 1 crore rupees you will get for that. The platform for selling your product, you have according to the DPR, you have the money. Then development of deep sea fishing, because in the coastal area, the almost all the stocks are getting exhausted. So that's why encouraging the deep sea fishing. So you will get money. According to the project, you will get money. Then the promotion of technologically advanced vessels, you get even 5,000 lakh rupees, even 500 crores you will get. So it's huge money. 50 crores rupees you will get. Integrated coastal fishing village, you will get actually 7.5 crores of rupees. Then aquatic referral labs, you get actually 100 crores rupees. Sorry, 10 crores, 10 crores, 1,000 lakhs. The common for the hub station, towers, IT-based software, the other things of this one, you will get the according to the project cost, you will get money. And multi-purpose support services, you have
Dr. Dinesh,
yeah.
can you take a couple of questions since we are running short of time? It's already 6.
Now the last slide.
Okay, please share the screen.
So yeah, this is, I'm sorry, my connectivity problem. So this is the last, because Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, I have elaborated much. Then another projects are actually Fisheries and Aquaculture Development Fund. So very, very, very important fund, which is available to have more and more infrastructure in your area. Mostly it is actually distributed by NABARD. So Fisheries and Aquaculture Development Fund. So only when identified projects will get this money. Then Kisan credit card to all the fish farmers. So that is another project by the government. So with this, I conclude, and thank you very much for the opportunity. So now we can have questions if you need any clarification. I can tell you. I can stop sharing my PPT now, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the first question is, what are the main inland fisheries located in India? Sorry, where are the? Where are the main inland fisheries located in India?
Yeah, inland fisheries means it is actually fisheries is divided into two. One is the marine fisheries and second is inland fisheries. So inland fisheries means the marine fisheries everybody knows. Then inland fisheries, it do the lakes, then riverine fisheries. So where are the major areas? So in all the areas, all the coastal states, you have very good inland fisheries. For example, Hooghly Matla estuary, we get good catch and everything. So in everywhere, in all the coastal states we have. In Kerala, we have Vemarad Lake. In Tamil Nadu, we have Puli Lake. In the Andhra, we have Kondaleru Lake. So everywhere, the inland fisheries sector is very, very prominent. Then other than this, there are many areas wherein the riverine fisheries, the riverine fish catch is very good. Even many points of Ganges river, then the Brahmaputra or Indus or everywhere, or even Godavari, in many places fishes are landed. So all these inland areas are actually very good. Even Goa, they have a very good inland market. Even in Mumbai, they have an inland fisheries, and everywhere you have inland fisheries is available.
Okay. Next question is, what are the main problems faced by Indian fisheries?
Yeah, fisheries is again a very tricky topic, because fisheries encompasses both captive fisheries and culture fisheries, as I told you earlier. So I don't know. The person who what he's intending or she is intending, I don't know. Which is because whether it is capture fisheries, the problem is actually like the covering catches on a regular basis. Year after year, we are getting lower catches. That is the major issue as far as the fisheries, capture fisheries sector is concerned. Then the juvenile fishing. So fishermen without proper awareness, they catch the young ones. So we have to stick on to the catching of only the minimum legal size fishes only should be caught. Because for example, the sardines. So sardine, the catch is declining like anything. So at one point of time, we had actually a production of total 3.5 lakhs tons per year. But nowadays, the catch has declined to the level of 6,000 tons per year. So from 5 lakhs, 6,000. You imagine. So why? It is because of the many major issues will be. So of course, climate change can be like a major issue in big papers, as you know, because stock is getting migrated towards the colder regions because the sea is getting warmed up and the oxygen, I mean the oxygen in many of the areas it's declining. So that's why the temperature is rising and the sea level is rising. So that's why fishes are getting migrated. So and minimal legal size only we should catch because the should be given an opportunity to breed at least once in its life cycle. Most fishes are yearly breeders, so they can breed only during the next year, second time. But at least one time they should be allowed to breed. That's why this minimum legal size has been actually designated by Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute, CMFRE, Cochin, a central institute. So they have actually stipulated certain minimum legal size, but people are not obeying that. People will be catching the young ones. That means if you are catching young ones, what will happen? So next year, no one is there to breed, then no stocks. That's why. So that is one of the problems. Then again, the lowering of fish catches, then climate change, then always the so too much climatic turbulence. So in previous days, no, once in a while only we'll have cyclones and all sorts of the climate extremities, like tsunami or whatever. But nowadays, during the last 2 3 years, we at least 20 incidents of that sort. So most unfortunately, fishermen is lose fishing days. So they can go to the sea only for a few days. Okay, that is one of the problems. And in aquaculture sector, so the disease is a major problem. Then the invasive. Hello.
Yes, Dr. Dinesh. I'll take up the last question now.
Yeah.
For a new entrepreneur into fisheries, what advice can you provide?
What advice I can provide? What? Excuse me. For a new entrepreneur.
For a new entrepreneur into fisheries, what advice can you provide?
Yeah, fisheries is a beautiful area. It's a very good area to invest and to intervene and to involve in and to because you can support a large number of stakeholders. And fish is a magic health food, I told you. So that's why, and it gives you much money. It can, like in the shrimp farming and all, you can double the money within 3 months. So if you are doing biofloc, you can double the money within no time. But the only thing is that you don't actually see YouTube and get into the business. No, because these YouTubes will not help you always. You take the advice of a bona fide person from the fisheries department or from the fisheries university or from an the technique from the YouTube or other all sorts of don't believe social media in its full sense. So you have to take the advice from the experienced farmer or teachers or else the fisheries department of fishes. So that is my advice.
Okay, Dr. Dinesh. I don't see any more questions from our participants. So now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I like to thank Dr. Dinesh Kaippilly for the presentation and answering all the questions. And we also like to thank all the participants for joining this meeting. The meeting now will now be closed. Have a good and safe weekend and wish you all a very happy Independence Day.
Thank you. Thank you.
The meeting will now be closed.
Same to you.
Thank you.